So, good afternoon, students. Especially good afternoon, students. Once again, for PUC first year students. As you know, because of once again pandemic, this second wave of COVID-19, we are forced to once again starts with the online classes, right? See, fifth unit tests, students you already completed. Now sixth unit tests. Especially see hydrogen P block elements we have sent that is scheduled, okay, that is syllabus, right? So you know that I am Panchnath Patil at HOD of chemistry, head of department of chemistry, right? See, P block element 13 and 14 group elements is completely completed in offline classes. Even hydrogen is completed for all 7 sections except only for 8th section it is not completed, right? Okay, for that purpose, see, we are sending you the U2. So this is a very small chapter, only for 3 marks, hardly three videos it will be completed. Okay, so don't worry, just will complete it. Okay. Then see alkanes. Alkanes part is also not started for 8th section only. That will also be completed. After that, we are going to write 6th unit test on what? 11th May, which is already sent by our respected Nitin sir, right? So students, in this regard, see, just for all 7 sections it is already over, only for 8 section it is remaining. That time we will be here for a hydrogen chapter, right? It's a very small chapter of only 2 to 3 hours, maximum only 3 hours. That too, they have deleted production of hydrogen and hydrogen peroxide completely removed. Only first what to add is position of hydrogen in the periodic table. Okay, that is similarities between hydrogen and alkali metals, differences between hydrogen and alkali metals, like this similarities between that is hydrogen and halogen, and differences between the hydrogen and halogen. This is first part. Next, hydrides formed by the hydrogen, right? And lastly, something information regarding water, structure of water, structure of ice, and hard water, and so on. This much only is there, so don't worry. Right. Now see here, without wasting the time, now hydrogen. See students, now you already know in the periodicity of elements, in the periodic table, right? In the whole periodic table, position of hydrogen in the periodic table is not at all certain. It is not fixed. See, neither it belongs to first group elements, that is S block element, first group elements alkali metals, nor it belongs to P block element, that is 17 group. That means neither it belongs to first group, that is alkali metal, nor it belongs to 17 group, that is halogens. Right? But still today, position of hydrogen atom in the periodic table is uncertain. To confirm this, some evidences are needed. That's why some similar properties. It is exhibiting some similar properties of alkali metals, and also it is exhibiting some similar properties of halogen. Still, scientists are under completely confusion whether to fix the position of hydrogen, whether in the first group, that is alkali metal, or in the 17th group, that is that is halogens. Okay, right. So in this regard, it's just position. But you know that hydrogen is the very first element of the whole periodic table, right? With the atomic number 1H1. Atomic number 1 and atomic mass also 1. Normal hydrogen, right? Okay. See here, there is one proton, okay, and one electron. One proton there in the center of the nucleus, and one electron, that is extra nuclear part surrounding that nucleus. But number of neutrons is 0, because number of neutrons, how you calculate? Number of neutrons is equal to A minus Z. That is 1 minus 1, that is 0. So number of neutrons is equal to, that is 1 proton one electron in the extra nuclear part, right? And 0 neutrons. But position of the hydrogen is still today uncertain. Whether it belongs to first group or 17th group, it is not fixed, right? Okay. Now, what are the similar properties it is exhibiting with the alkali metals? Let us see. Similarities with alkali metals. Similarities. Similarities with the means points of similarities. Points similarities with alkali metals. Similarities with the alkali metals. So very simple, student. Just see. First one, both the hydrogen, right, and alkali metals. What are alkali metals? We already know. First group of the periodic table, like lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, and francium. Okay, first group. This belongs especially as S block element. First group of the element, they are called alkali metals. See, both hydrogen and alkali metals. Both hydrogen and alkali metals has only one in the valence element. Both hydrogen and alkali metals have one valence element. Okay, one valence element. This is first element. Both. Because general electronic configuration of alkali metals is also NS1 and hydrogen is also having only one element. Valence means outermost orbit. Okay, right. Then both the hydrogen and alkali metals are electropositive. Both hydrogen and alkali metals. Alkali metals are electropositive. Electropositive in the nature. Electropositive in the nature means what is the meaning, students? They have tendency to donate electron and from +1 oxidation state, right? Then both hydrogen and alkali metals. Okay, both hydrogen and alkali metals are good reducing agents. Okay. Another one, both are having +1 oxidation state. +1 oxidation state. Okay. And lastly, both they react with non-metals. Both they react with the non-metals and forms okay, oxides and halides. Both they react with the non-metal and form oxides and affinity for non-metals and combine with them to form oxides and halides. Right? So like they say, in these 5 properties, see, both the alkali metals and hydrogen, they are having similar properties, similarities, points of similarities, right? See, both hydrogen and alkali metals have one valence electron. Both. And both are highly electropositive in nature, means they can lose only one electron easily because of low ionization energy. Then both hydrogen and alkali metals are what? They are good reducing agents. Remember, students, always elements with the lower oxidation state, they are always good reducing agents. Means they are electron donors, right? Okay. Then both are having +1 oxidation state. See, if they lose one electron, definitely they will have +1 oxidation. They acquire +1 oxidation state. And both they have more affinity towards non-metals. Means they combine with non-metals and they form oxides and halides. See, these are the what similarities? The similarities of what? Alkali metals with the hydrogen. If they ask you, write any two properties, similarities between the alkali metals and hydrogen. You can write, say, out of this 5, any two. Clear? Okay. This is how, see, it is having some similar properties with what? Alkali metals. That is, first group alkali metal, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. Because you know that with S block elements you already studied, general electronic configuration of S block element is what? NS1. That's why hydrogen also 1. So both are electropositive, both are having only one valence electron in the outermost orbit, both they exhibit +1 oxidation state, both are good reducing agents, and both they have high tendency to combine with the non-metals and form respective oxides and halides. Right. So this is the similarities properties between what? That is hydrogen and alkali metals. Okay. Right. Now differences. Next one. Differences with hydrogen. Okay, differences with alkali metal. That means how hydrogen differs from alkali metals. Now you study first 3 points. First these 5 points. What? Similarity. Similarities, properties between what? Hydrogen and alkali metals. Now differences. Points of difference between hydrogen and alkali metals. See. So generally see first hydrogen. Hydrogen is having high ionization energy. Okay, you can write S80I1 or Z80I1. दोनों चलेंगे. High ionization energy of 1312 kilojoules per mole. Whereas alkali metals have low ionization energy. That is about 598 kilojoules per mole. Like this, when we compare with alkali metals, hydrogen because of small size is having a high ionization energy. Alkali metals because of larger size, low ionization energy. So this is the points of difference, right? Okay. Then alkali metals, okay, form ionic compounds even in solid state. Okay, ionic compounds even in solid state. Whereas hydrogen, okay, whereas hydrogen forms only what? Covalent compounds. Okay, covalent compound. This is another points of difference. That means alkali metal halides are completely. That means alkali metals generally they are ionic compounds even in solid state. Whereas hydrogen forms only covalent compounds since it is non-metal. That means especially alkali metal halides. Alkali metal halides are what? They are ionic in nature. Whereas hydrogen halides are covalent in nature. Especially if you write here, alkali metal form ionic compound. That means alkali metal halides actually. Okay, you can write here alkali metal halides. Okay, form ionic compound even in solid. Whereas hydrogen halides, to be more precise, hydrogen halides they forms only covalent. Okay, alkali metal halides they are ionic, whereas hydrogen halides they are covalent. Even in general compounds also you can, nothing will be happening. Right. Next, oxide form by alkali metals. alkali metals are basic, whereas oxide formed by hydrogen is neutral. The oxide formed by the hydrogen is what? Water. Water is neutral already. Whereas oxide formed by the alkali metals are basic in nature. For example, sodium oxide Na2, potassium oxide K2. Okay, like this. Your lithium oxide Li2, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, selenium. All oxides they are basic. Whereas hydrogen forms neutral oxide. Since the oxide formed by the water is what? Oxide formed by the hydrogen is water, which is neutral. pH 7. Like that. Okay. These are the points of differences. Right? First 5 points of their similarity. These are the 3 points of differences. That means generally hydrogen is having high ionization energy because of smaller size of 1312 kilojoules per mole. This calculation you can get it from what? Atomic structure using the Bohr's theory. Right? But whereas alkali metals down the group though, size increases, ionization energy decreases. That's why sodium they are given 500 kilojoules per mole. Okay. Then generally alkali metal halides or alkali compounds they are ionic in nature. Whereas hydrogen halides or hydrogen compounds are covalent in the nature. Why? Metal form basic, whereas non-metal form acidic. Generally the metal form that's why I said basic ionic compound. They are ionic in nature because high tendency to lose electron. Non-metals high tendency to accept electron. They form a generally covalent. Non-metal form covalent compound, metal form that is ionic compound. That's why easy to remember. Whereas oxide formed by the what? Alkali metals. They are what? All basic in nature. Sodium oxide, potassium oxide, like this. Up to rubidium oxide. Whereas water is the oxide formed by the hydrogen, which is neutral in the nature. Right. If they ask you write any 2 points of difference, you can write any 2 out of these 3. So this is the what? First similarities between hydrogen with alkali metals and points of difference with the alkali metals. Okay. Now moving on to next in the same manner with halogens. Similarity with the halogens and points of difference with the halogens. Okay. Now we can write next heading as similarities. Similarities with the halogens. So now halogens, you know the periodic table, they belongs to 7 tables. Include what? Fluorine, bromine, iodine and astatine. Okay, 17 group of the periodic table. They are belonging to P block elements. So let us see how hydrogen and halogens they are matching each other. Similarities. Okay. First point, see both hydrogen and halogens. Both hydrogen and halogens exist as diatomic molecules. First point, both hydrogen, okay, and halogens. Remember, both hydrogen and halogens exist as diatomic molecules. Exist as diatomic molecule. For example, this H2, F2, Cl2, Br2 and I. These are halogens and this is hydrogen. Diatomic means 2 atoms in a molecule. Like, okay, homonuclear diatomic molecules. This is the first one. Okay. Both are typical non-metals. Another one. Both are typical non-metals. Hydrogen and halogen both are non-metals. Right? This is both require 1 electron. Okay, both require 1 electron to complete complete what outer shell configuration. Okay, both require one electron to complete outermost shell, that is valence shell, outermost shell. To complete what octet, hydrogen will form doublet, whereas other halogens will form octet, right? So this is one. Then both hydrogen and halogen exhibit what if they gain one electron, what they require? -1 oxidation state. -1 oxidation state, right? Whereas both reactive, that means both hydrogen as well as halogen reacts with alkali metals. With the alkali, say first group, lithium, sodium, potassium, alkali metals form salts. Okay, respective salts with the similar formulae or compounds. Okay, and both are having comparable energy, comparable ionization energy, right? Now these are the 6 points of similarities between what? Hydrogen and halogen. See, both hydrogen and halogen, they exist as diatomic bond. Hydrogen has H2, like this similarly halogens F2Cl2 Br2, right? Like then both are typical non-metals. Hydrogen is also non-metal, and halogens, you know that they are all non-metals except astatine, which is radioactive, that is hydrogen. Both require only one electron to acquire nearest noble gas configuration. If hydrogen acquires one electron, it will acquire the nearest noble gas configuration of helium, He. Whereas all halogens, they acquire nearest noble gas configuration of what? Neon, argon, krypton, etc. And thereby become stable. That's why if they gain one electron, they acquire -1 oxidation state. That's why they are exhibiting -1 oxidation state both. Okay. Hydride, the accepting will become what? Hydride, H-. Whereas the others they will become what? F-, fluoride, Cl-, chloride, Br-, bromide, I-, like that. Now both hydrogen and halogen react with alkali metals, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium, and form the salts with the similar formula. For example, suppose now hydrogen reacts with halogen. Halogens reacts with what? Generally sodium to form NaC. Like that hydrogen also will form a similarities, right? Like this, both they react with especially alkali metals and form salts with the same form. Okay, they form salts with the similar form. And lastly, both have comparable ionization energy. Comparable means almost the same, not exactly same, but almost the same ionization energy. See, they ask you write the properties, properties of hydrogen with halogen. These are done. If they ask for 2 marks, any 2 points. If they ask for 2 points, write 2. Or 4 points, right? Okay? Very simple. First, regarding atomicity. Next, regarding its nature, non-metal. Next, 1 electron to complete outer shell. Then -1 outer. First, you remember it. Okay? Now, what are the points of differences? Differences. Okay. Differences with the elements. What are the points of differences with them? Let us see. how hydrogen differs from halogens. Very simple, students, just you can remember easily. Unlike halogens, okay, hydrogen is having one electron and one. Okay, one electron is the extra nuclear part and one proton in the center of the nucleus. But halogens, no. They are having 9 protons, 9 electrons. That's why it is unlike halogens. Hydrogen is having only one electron and one proton. This is first part. Then regarding secondly, hydrogen. See, generally hydrogen has less tendency. Hydrogen has less tendency to form hydride H minus, okay, compared to halogens, because less tendency to form hydride is much less than the tendency to, that means tendency to form hydride ion by the hydrogen is less. Hydrogen has less tendency to form hydride as compared to halides formed by halogens. Halides formed by hydrogen means halides they form what? AF minus, Cl minus, Br minus, I. See, halogens they have high tendency to form fluoride, bromide, iodide, which is called halide. But hydrogen has less tendency to form hydride, because generally oxidation state of hydrogen in compound is +1. Only in hydride it is -1. It is exception. That's why less tendency to form hydride ion. Whereas other halogens they have high tendency to form. They can easily form fluoride, bromide, and iodide. Okay. Right. This is another point of difference. And next, see, hydrogen is less electronegative. Hydrogen is less electronegative than hydrogen. You know that in the whole periodic table, you know that halogens are the most electronegative element in the entire periodic table. Especially fluorine is the highest, most electronegative element in the periodic table, followed by next second one oxygen, then chlorine, bromine, iodine. Okay, that you will study in the where periodicity of elements. So please remember, fluorine is the boss, highest electronegative element in the whole periodic table, followed by oxygen, then chlorine, bromine, and iodine. Okay, then other points of difference with the halogens is, okay, in hydrogen molecule there is no lone pair of electrons. In hydrogen molecule there is no lone pair of electrons. Because see, what is the meaning of this? See, hydrogen, another hydrogen, they share one electron and form lone. Whereas halogens in chlorine fluoride electron dot structure 2, 4, 6, 7. So minimum they have 1, 2, 3 lone pairs: chlorine, bromine, iodine, whatever it may be. They are all having 3 lone pairs, 1 unpaired element. This is another point of difference. And lastly, oxides of halogens. See, oxides of halogens. Oxides of halogens are acidic. Why? Because non-metals form acidic oxides. whereas oxide of hydrogen is neutral. Hydrogen is neutral. Why? Because oxide formed by the hydrogen is water. Water is neutral, whereas all other oxides of halogens, they are highly acidic in the nature. See, like this, in the first beginning, they will try to justify with the evidences some points of similarities and some points of differences. What are the points of similarities with alkali metals and how it differs from alkali metals? What are the points of similarities with the halogens and how it differs from halogens? So, like this, see, still today scientists are unable to give the exact position, exact what? Position of hydrogen in the periodic table. Whether to locate the hydrogen in the first group, that is alkali metals of the S block elements, or to fix the hydrogen in the 17th group, that is halogens in the P block elements. Still today its position is not clear. That's why it is kept at the top, first element with the what? Atomic number 1. Atomic number 1. So it contains one proton in the center of the nucleus and one electron in the extra nuclear part of the nucleus. Right, students? So this is the first introductory part of what? The hydrogen. Okay, it is very simple. Okay, next after this, what is study now? Hydrides. Hydrides formed by the that is what? Hydrogen. Right? Okay. So let us see the hydrides formed by, because according to your deleted syllabus, they are completely removed once again production of hydrogen, properties of hydrogen and applications of hydrogen. It is completely removed. Now just what they have to go through is just nothing but that is hydrides. Hydrides formed by the that is hydrogen. Hydrides, okay, formed by hydrogen. See, basically hydrogen is the smallest element, with atomic number 1. See, it reacts with most of the elements of the periodic table, S block, P block, D and F block, and form different types of hydrides. Okay, and remember, in the hydride, hydrogen exists as what? H minus. Remember, H minus. Whereas proton is ionized hydrogen is called proton, that is H minus. Okay, so don't confuse. This is hydride. This is hydride. Except in hydride, in all rest of the compound, hydrogen ion is oxidation state is +1. Only the hydride is -1. Please try to remember this. Okay. See now, see here, hydrides. See, basically there are 3 types of hydride. First one, they are called as ionic or salt-like, or they are also called as saline hydrides. Saline hydrides. Okay, first one, ionic, salt-like or saline hydrides. Second one, covalent hydrides. Covalent hydrides or molecular hydrides. Okay, molecular hydrides. Okay, second. Then third, metallic hydrides. Metallic hydrides, or these are also called interstitial hydrides. Interstitial hydrides. Like this, basically hydrogen form 3 types of names. Okay, that is ionic or salt-like or saline hydrides, covalent or molecular hydrides, metallic or interstitial hydrides. Okay, right. Once again, see, covalent hydrides are further classified into 3 categories: electron precise hydrides, electron rich hydrides, and electron deficient hydrides. Actually, only these are for your annual examination 2 marks fixed question, that too. Okay, 2 marks fixed question, and just 1 marks question they will ask in the first 1 marks one. That's it, right? So don't worry student, just I will explain you this, that will be completed very fastly. See, first I will try to tell you here only one type here. First, what are these ionic hydrides? If they ask you, what are ionic hydrides? Give example for 2 marks question. What are ionic hydrides? Give example. See, first, hydrides. Very simple. Hydrides form by the reaction of hydrogen with the alkali and alkaline elements. Alkali and alkaline earth metals, right, are called except beryllium and magnesium. Generally, whose electronegativity is less than hydrogen. That is, according to Pauling electronegativity scale, it is less than 2.1. Okay, are called. Okay, what are these? Ionic hydrides. Ionic hydrides are salt-like hydrides because they behave like a salt. They will get ionized into cation and anion. That's why they are called ionic hydrides. And why they are called saline hydrides? Because they are used for intravenous injection. They behave like a normal sodium chloride and potassium chloride like salt solutions. Right? That's why they are called as saline hydrides. Generally, see, when they are suffering from dehydration, okay, doctor will advise what? Intravenous injection of glucose or saline solution. Like that, these are also used as saline solution. That's why they are called saline hydrides. Okay. So what are the examples? Especially alkali metal family. Alkali metal means lithium hydride, okay, sodium hydride, potassium hydride, rubidium hydride, cesium hydride, like this. These are alkali metal hydrides. Alkaline hydrides except beryllium. First beryllium magnesium को छोड़ के next क्या है? Calcium hydride. Calcium hydride CaH2. Okay, strontium hydride SrH2. Calcium hydride CaH2. Right. This is alkali metal and this is alkaline earth. Except beryllium magnesium, okay, all other hydrides formed with alkali metals and alkaline earth metals, they come under what? Ionic symbol. If they ask you for 3 marks, write this much enough. Any 2 examples with this definition. The hydrides which are formed by the reaction of hydrogen with the especially S block elements, that is alkali and alkaline earth, except beryllium and magnesium are called ionic hydrides. Example, lithium hydride, sodium hydride, enough. Okay. Now coming to next, what are the properties of these hydrides? Remember, properties in students. These ionic hydrides. The ionic hydrides are good reducing agents. Remember, all are good reducing agents because they are electron good. They are powerful, strong reducing agents, good reducing agents. Okay, and stability of hydrides. Okay, stability of hydrides decreases with increase in size of hydride. For example, lithium hydride, okay, sodium hydride, potassium hydride, right, rubidium hydride, cesium hydride. Okay, see, which is stability decreases with increase in the size. That means lithium hydride is more stable than sodium. Sodium hydride is more stable than potassium. Potassium is more stable than rubidium. Rubidium is more stable than cesium. Like this, if we go here, calcium hydride is more stable than strontium hydride. is more stable than radium. As you go down the group size, increases, stability decreases. Right? Okay. Then what are the other points? Other points regarding this hydrides. These ionic hydrides, they decompose water. They decompose water. They decompose water. They react with water. They decompose water and liberates what? Hydrogen gas at home. Very, very important for CET form. Liberates hydrogen gas at that means, for example, to take lithium sodium hydride, best example. React with water and for what? Sodium hydride. NaOH and liberates what? Hydrogen is liberated where? At the anode, not a cathode. Suppose on electrolysis also if we take. So on electrolysis, these hydrides generally, okay, what they do? Generally, hydrides. Suppose for example, NaH on electrolysis, breaking the compound by passage of electron. They dissociate to form what? Na plus and N. See, as a hydride. Okay? And here Na plus gets what? Reduced there at the cathode. Okay, this is what? Reduction at the cathode. Like this, hydride ion now lose. Okay, form H gas. Oxidation, loss of electron at the remember. Okay, loss of electron is oxidation, gain of electron is reduction. Like this, if you take two hydrogen atoms here, H2. Like this, see this is where at the end. Okay. So this is how it's a decompose. That is all hydride decomposed water liberates H2. You are there to do electrolysis to liberate H2 at their anode. Hence they act as powerful good reducing agents. Right? But right. So this is all about what? That is hydrides formed by the first one. What? Alkali and alkaline electrolytes. Right? Okay. First step, that is ionic hydrides or salt-like hydrides or sunnyl-like hydrides. Okay. We'll stop here. See, in the next video I will cover next time covalent or molecular hydrides and metallic hydrides, and lastly some. Okay, thank you.